And I do refer to it as proper football returning this weekend because, with all due respect, right, it is getting a bit painful watching England, watching the internationals. I want to get back to the football that there is an emotional connection to, and there's nothing more emotional, obviously, than proper club football this weekend. Of course, we have the North London derby, Arsenal taking on Spurs, Manchester City taking on Manchester United on Sunday, and then on Monday you've got Leicester versus Nottingham Forest. I don't know what the conversations are like around your social circle, mate, but the people that I'm speaking to in Manchester that are the Reds, the red half of Manchester, and don't get me wrong, in this particular derby at the Etihad, they've had a good record over the last 10 to 12 years of Manchester United, but they've managed to do that with all due respect to those sides, substandard 11s. This 11 and the way that this lot are playing are actually in decent nick, and there's a little bit of a buzz up here. There's a lot of
is there?
There's a lot of mate. There's a little bit of anticipation in the air on the red half of Manchester for the game on Sunday.
Really? Okay. Yeah. So listen, Man United, they look like they're roundabouts back. There's been a few awards. Player of the Month for Marcus Rashford. What are you laughing at?
They've won a couple of awards. They've won Player of the Month and Manager of the Month. And
the big man Ten Hag as well. He's had an award as well. You know, so Manager of the Month. So listen, things are looking rosy for Man United. They're actually looking in good shape, and that's not something that we could say over the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, in fact. You know? So it's good that there's some positivity coming out of the red half of Manchester, because we know they needed it.
See, I'm just looking at the, obviously, history of this fixture at the Etihad. Now, don't jump on me, because obviously there are games elsewhere and there are games outside of the Premier League that these two teams have participated in over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But as I'm looking back at the previous results, in Premier League games that took place at Manchester City, as Manchester City is the home side, Man United have won 5 of them. So they've won half of the games that have been played in the Premier League over the last 10 years. City have picked up 4 and there's been 1 draw. That, for me, mate, is a phenomenal record for an away side going into this game. And as I said a moment or two ago, some of those sides that have taken on Manchester City sides over the last 10 years have been very substandard Manchester United sides. They've just managed to get the business done. This side, since Brentford, let's be straight, have pulled the fingers out a little bit and are doing a bit. You've got to take your hat off to Ten Hag. I know that he's got Manager of the Month, and maybe there's some other runners and riders in there. People like Graham Potter. I know that he switched sides in the middle of that month. Maybe that went against him. I don't know. But there's been some other decent performing managers, Ten Hag most certainly being one of them. He has completely changed the way that Manchester United play. I think at the start of the season, he wanted him to be a possession-based side, realised quite quickly he ain't got possession-based footballers in his side. And now they're playing fast attacking football, very counter-attack heavy, which is obviously working for him.
Yeah, well, that's the main thing. He has to come in. He's got to look at what he's got. That could take a month or 2. And he's come in and he's just made sure that he's got. And the thing about it, he's made statements as well. The way that he's conducting himself with the Ronaldo situation, I think has been top, and it sends a great message to the other lads. Say, listen, if you want to be in my team, you got to play by the rules. You can't just be coming here throwing your weight around. We know you're Ronaldo. We know that you got a big name. It's not just on Ronaldo, by the way. But if you're going to go for the top dog and make an example and try and lead by example, you're going to have to go for Ronaldo. Ronaldo's the main guy. He didn't come to training the whole of the pre-season, so that didn't show bond. So he's put him on the bench. It's been brilliant, and that's what you want from, like, you want to be treated fairly. Like, imagine any of those other players didn't turn up for the whole of pre-season. You know, no matter what the circumstances, you won't be playing. So Ronaldo is and he's had to bide his time as well. He's going to try and get in. He's going to fight for his place. And there's been a hoo-ha about him going, obviously leaving the club, but it hasn't happened. And he's got to fight for his place from now. And then the World Cup's coming up, so he's going to have to fight for his place to get some game time. And we all know that Ronaldo's a great player. We all know that, but at the same time, he's got to play by the rules.
Do you fancy him this weekend at the Etihad?
I think Man United have got a good chance. I think they've got a good chance. I think because, you know, these games are like one-off games. They're like the derby games are always one-off games. Like there's always a surprise. it's not always going to go the way that you think or form goes as well. So form guide, if you're going to go with form, Man United are in good form, but at the same time, Manchester City are the best team in the league. But we'll see how it pans out. That's why I've got one eye on it, because I'm not really interested in it, but I've got one eye on it because I really want to see a spectacle of a game. And I think the way both teams are playing, it should be a great game to watch.
I think the way that Manchester United are playing are kryptonite for Manchester City this weekend, mate. I really do. I just think that they look far more better defensively. Obviously, when Maguire's not in there, and I don't think he's going to play this weekend, it'll be Varane and Martinez, and obviously the fullbacks are looking solid as well. Goalkeepers are good, and I like the new defensive. What's his name? New defensive midfielder from Real Madrid. Forgot his name.
Oh, Casemiro.
Apologies to Casemiro, because you've been mustard, mate. It covers the ground very, very well.
He's only just got bought for 80 million or whatever it was.
Exactly. My brain went all over the place. What's his name? He's only one of the best guys in the team. Yeah, I apologise. So Casemiro's looked really, really good as a defensive central midfielder, and they've looked fast. I think it's key. If Rashford's in good nick at the moment, isn't he? And I know that there's a little bit of an injury scare over him at the moment. If he plays and you've got the pace going forward, I genuinely think Manchester United will just be the kryptonite for Manchester City this weekend, and they'll catch them on the break on a couple of occasions. I can see Man United winning quite, not comfortably, but I can see them picking up 2, maybe even 3 goals in this game, pal.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I do. I really do. Just the way that it's the style, innit? It's like sometimes when you get boxing matchups, 9 times out of 10 you go, this guy is going to win all the time. But then certain styles just gel together. And you think he just can't do it against that style, and that style's kryptonite for him. Well, and in this particular game, I just think Manchester United's style under Ten Hag is kryptonite for Man City.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So a game like this, if the players play the game and not the occasion, because it's an occasion in it. Like it's a Manchester derby. If they play the game and not the occasion, Man United always have a chance, and they keep the emotions out of it. But if they want to go with the emotions, this is a derby, we have to win, I reckon they get picked off by a team like Manchester City.